looks like something has been going on, guys. No, not my Twitch. My Twitch is over. I don't know why I did this again. I gotta fix that. Let's just say, folks, that some of you little shitheads, and I'll call you what it is, call it what it is, decided they wanted to false copyright claim my material just to try to keep my mouth shut. And guess what? It didn't work. Who would have thought that false copyright claims were gonna happen? You think abusing the copyright system is gonna stop me? You know what? I called you out for your. I called out all those folks who decided they wanted to do it, and guess what? They were all their copyright claims were shut down immediately. And the ones using fake names and just company names in the name, yeah, you didn't want to put your real name in there because you knew I would have found out who you were, and I would have put your ass in your place. How does it feel to look like a total cuck and be done in by some old man who knows a lot more than you do? You think you're smart? Well, guess what? This asshole just put you in your place. So how about you go fuck off somewhere and allow the real community that actually plays this game, and not the cowards and the little shit stains of this community that I technically don't consider part of the community because all they do is harass and harangue others. They're gonna fuck away. How does it feel to be cucked so goddamn hard that you can't handle it? And I've seen it on Reddit, I've seen it on 4chan, I've seen it on other places too. You motherfuckers are some salty little bitches who can't handle an ounce of adversity, an ounce of criticism, or anything because you always have to be right. I'm not right. Well, guess what, bitches? Life doesn't work like that. And I'm so glad to say this because it's so fun to watch these idiots who cry like a little bitch over every little goddamn thing, now dealing with the legal outcome. Because you falsified a DMCA claim, you can try to hide behind a VPN and anything else, use throwaway accounts. You seem to forget that YouTube is part of Google, and Google's got your information. Google can find out where you guys are, and the legal shit will start. In fact, I got in contact with customer support from YouTube, and they said, yeah, this is all, there's a bunch of fake copyright claims going out. We're dealing with it. We're dealing with the individuals right now. You don't have to worry. We're denying all their claims right off the bat. Thank you. And for those who like to hide, just put a name in, just not even put your real name in there. Just put a company name and doesn't think it's gonna fly. You folks are full of shit. using other channel names to get around the copyright system. That's a slick one to do, because I contacted the folks who laid claim to it, and they said they talked to their copyright holder, the people who do the copyright work for them, and they asked them what was going on with it. And they said that they didn't do any of that. It's someone pretending to be us that's doing this. And we're dealing with them So you little asshats think you think you're slick. Oh, fuck no. You're not. I'll just put it to you in the most simplest way. What's simplest in a easy to digest saying. You dumb motherfuckers got busted. And I know the folks who did this are from America. So guess what? Consequences are coming your way legally. And from a criminal standpoint too, because filing a false DMCA claim is a criminal offense because that's a legal document. You can't lie on a document, you dumb motherfuckers. The courts will have your ass, and I'll have your soul in your wallet when I'm done. If not, I'll just put a lien on everything you own and see what happens. Oh, and if you're under 18, your parents will love it that they'll have to pay off a very hefty fine on top of you not owning any, them having to deal with this whole BS. You're not playing with a streamer anymore that doesn't a new YouTuber that has an opinion and a voice. Well, guess what? Every time you false copyright claim my material, let's just say that I'm going to call you out for it right away. I don't care if you get my real name. I'll call you out for your BS, and I'll follow up with it too, because guess what? If they deny your claim, I'm coming after you legally. I'll find a pro bono lawyer who knows a little bit about copyright infringement and false copyright claims, and nail your funny little ass to the wall. Because here where I live, copyright claims are no joking matter. I will squeeze every little penny from you, and what you don't have in financial liquidity, I'll take as liens. I'll put liens against every little piece of equipment you have. PCs, Game Boys, cell phones, your vehicle, where you live. I'll put a lien on everything until I get the money I'm deserved from it. And you will have nothing to say. And there will be no arbitration. There will be no sit down and talk. It's for the throat. I'm going right for the jugular. And then I'm going to send all this information to Square Enix. And them deal with you then afterwards. So I'll come first, and then I'll let the big boys have their way with you. Because copyright claiming someone else's claiming it's deception. Oh, that goes a long way in court. Perjury. Oh, that goes a long way in court. You might not see anything about it, but I'll definitely see a payday from you and your little group of band of little shitbags that want to try to take me down. So I've been working on that for a while. No names were given. See, here's the thing. when you know it's fictitious, and they don't give a name, point of contact, and they just give a company name with no person, with no real name. When you have a name of PGSL and a few other choice names, even one of you dumb fuckers think using another YouTube channel is going to be smart to do it for. That's not going to save you. You're not going to get away with this. I'm not here being an asshole towards others. Actually, I want people to enjoy this game. But by the way you guys act and behave, I think it's high time that... I think it's about high time you start... that you're put on the defense for a little bit. Actually, not for a little bit. For a while. Because you guys don't seem to realize that once I strip you of all your financial liquidity, I'm going to take your PC. I'm going to take your cell phones. I'm going to take your cards. I'm going to take anything that has any type of electronics to it at first. Because you know what that's going to do? That's going to stop you from doing anything. And if you smash it, when this whole thing is said and done, you will deal with some bullshit. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I had to take a little... So, I'm just going to make this plain and clear to you folks. I'm not fucking around anymore. You think I'm joking? You think I'm stupid? I've been talking to a lawyer that I do know that does pro bono work. And he hears what goes on not only from me, but from others. And how you guys are running ramshot over everyone and everything to get what you want. A class action lawsuit would be very, very helpful. Against the person who made the false claims. Against the folks that were involved in this too. I'll just go after the main target. And Square Enix too as well, because they're refusing to follow their own terms of service. So they pretty much breached their contract. You pretty much breached your contract with them. First off, by doing all the mods and everything else, you're not getting your way. So, there's going to be folks, and I'm not the only one. See, there's folks that are not scared, that are scared to say anything because you intimidate and you harass others. That threat me all you want. I have had that happen to me twice already. And from the usual suspects. Well, guess what? The second time, I caught one of them. The second time, he's sitting in jail right now, looking for an arraignment. Actually, not arraignment. For his sentencing. He'll spend about a good couple years in jail. And it came from the Savage Rating community, as always. Well, I'd like to call it Savage Cheating community. Because that's all they can do. They can't play the game right. So they have to cheat to clear content. It goes to show how low IQ and how and low skilled they are. But that's okay. Because once Square Enix's hand is forced to enforce the rules fully, anti-cheat is coming to this game. And I don't care if your ping goes up, down, or sideways. Because at this point, you've put yourself in this position. You've done this to yourself. You've done this to the rest of the community. And I hope, I swear to God, I hope, that the real people in this community who can do the content are finally put in those places where they should be. And not you little 2-bit shitbags who can't play the game for the life of you. Who require mods and add-ons. Oh, because I need to see numbers, and I need to figure out my... No, you don't have to figure out shit. The game provides almost everything for you. What you're asking for is an unfair advantage in the game. You don't actually play the game. You're garbage. You're a garbage player. You've always been garbage players. And I'll say that right now. The Savage Rating community is full of garbage players. It's full of them. There are some good, legit players out there, but the majority of them are garbage players. Because they can't handle the fact that someone who doesn't need all those add-ons, doesn't need UI modifications, doesn't need DPS meters, that can clear content without an issue. Those are the quality players. Your sense of entitlement is appalling. Never have I seen a generation of gamers so fucked in the head that they need add-ons and cheats to just to play on just to be on the same level as someone who doesn't need them. And I know there's streamers out there that use them who have a second PC that has all that shit running for them in the background. So we'll just cut that out. I'll just smack content creators too as well, because we know that there are folks like that out there. And we know there's folks out there that openly admit they've used it, that they openly admit they use it. So, would you like to listen for somebody who actually can clear content without the use of it? Or are you going to go take the lazy, easy way out? And for those Savage Raiders out there, most of you are nothing but garbage anyway. Might be good at following a pattern. Because most of you can only think of patterns. That and chew on crayons too, because the intelligence of most of you just... It astounds me how you survived this long without killing yourself or somebody else. And not ended up in jail for it. Honestly, the entitlement has gone too far and has gotten too much. I want Square Enix to put an anti-cheat in this game. I want them to. And then, oh yeah, they go buy all the third-party programs that are currently running out there, and then program it to pick up on that stuff. Watch all these players get banned all of a sudden. And then the legit players will sit back and saying, oh look, we don't need Savage anymore because we can get the gear now. without actually get the same exact gear that they were complaining that they want better gear for the harder, Square Enix then goes back to how raiding was with Coils of Bahamut, where it was hard, it was difficult, but there was one difficulty level, not Savage, not Ultimate. Those are folks who have to cheat their way through and then say, oh, this content's too easy. It's too easy because you're using a third-party software to get around, to do the work for you. So, we'll just make this kind of clear. I don't consider majority of the players in this community legit raiders. I don't consider them legit. They might not like what I have to say, but I don't give a fuck. And there's a difference between me and other content creators. There are folks out there that are afraid to speak up because they're worried about the backlash they'll receive from a small group of pussies who have no balls. And I'll say this, for those folks that think they're smart and trying to copyright claim this stream too, let's just make this clear. You won't get away with it. I'll find out who you are, and if you put a false thing in there, I'll hunt you down. I'll have a lawyer find out who you really are. And we'll take it from there. And I'll strip every single penny for every single item you own. I will do everything in my power to make your life miserable as shit. If you enjoy doing it to others, well, you're about to get a taste of what it feels like. I don't fear no man or woman. You noticed how they moved before the AoE markers went out? That period dot is a little bit sus. Now There we go. There we go. Further out, further out. No, you're gonna die there. Here, make that easy for him. Just need to dodge here. There we go. That wasn't too hard. Now we got this. There we go. I don't care if I get a com or not from that. That itself, just helping that person out was more than enough. There we go. Now we're just going to do that. Don't need those. Anything that uses shrink, like maiming, like any of the maiming stuff, I already have 590, so I don't have to worry about that. That's not an issue. Casting, on the other hand, I got 580. Won't have 590 stuff for a while. It'll take some time. There we go. The first of the... We'll just sit on that for now. Now the casting... Don't need that. Don't need that anymore. I'll see about the samurai. 530. Nope, don't need it. There we go. We got stuff waiting for us, too. Now, I have 3 jobs after this one left to get up to 80. And then I got... I don't know. Let me see. Six jobs that need to be cleared. Or need to get up to 80 as well. As you can see, I've already got 90. I still got Arcanist I gotta gear out a little bit. I don't even think I got anything for Arcanist just yet set aside. Hold on. Yep, I got nothing. Yeah, no. There we go. Those are the 3 I have left that are unlocked. Now, right now, Ninja and Dancer are roughly about 60. Yeah, they're both at 60. They share both the right side pieces. But the Arcanist is gonna be the kind of the long drudge on it, because I've gotta, well, not only do I gotta cook food for it, make food for it. I'm not gonna craft any potions yet for it. Potions of intelligence is something I'm not gonna have, So right now, my main thing is just to keep myself in one piece. Literally one piece. So I was thinking about not so caring about the crit or the direct hit. It's the crit that I'm more concerned about. So I'll go crit, that tenacity, and that's the way I'll do it. Everything's been over optimized to the point where it's taking the fun out of the game. What happened with just playing the game and enjoying it? And that's another good question. The fun of over optimizing, see, when you optimize it to the point where the fun's taking out of it, you're not doing anything to help. Yes. Welcome to Big Moogles. How can I help you? Or have that really shitty voice thing. Welcome to Big Moogles. How can I help? How can I take your order? What does that say? You want the double Moogle with fries and a shake? No, just a regular McMoogle. No fries, no shake. No, it's silly shit like that. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the comedy that I see coming out of this, from this community, some of it's funny, some of it's just pure cringe and shit. And people should tell them just shut the fuck up. And yeah, and anything TikTok related to this, I just consider cringe. And I'll just make that perfectly clear. If you're just trying to chase a trend just to give yourself a 2 minutes of fame here, no, I'm not doing this for the fame or for the notoriety. In fact, I just don't give a rat's ass half the time, because honestly, there's too many dumb motherfuckers in this community, and I'll call them dumb. I'll call it how it is, because that's what it should be. Too many dumb SOBs that don't know how to behave properly in a normal society, because that's on here they can hide out and act and behave however they want. 2, most of these most of these people fall in one of two places: fat, stupid, and skinny, and a coward. And if you find that perfect that in between where a person's well, let's just say if you're a dude, bro, and you play this game, you gotta have some intelligence to you. There's no dude, bro, in this. You're chatting it up because if you do either one of those, yeah, you just dumb. I'll call it how it is. Ain't no chads in this community. Snowflakes and butthurt snowflakes for a good majority of them. And their endless pushing of narrative and rhetoric is just makes me want to punch a few of them in the throat. And I'd say that outright too. I'd say it right to their face. I'd say it on Discord. I would say it on. Not to promote violence, but there's some of them needs to get a good ass whooping to have their mind put back on, taken off of stupid, or have people tell them take some time off away from the game and evaluate your own life, because honestly, a lot of how these people behave need a reality check. Now I enjoy what I'm doing. I don't sit here and I don't like downing people and putting people down and out, but some of these asshats act and behave need to be told, shut the fuck up, act like a grown ass adult. If you're a kid playing this game, child, before you open your mouth, do a little thinking. Do a little due diligence, do a little research. Stop following the trend of a lot of these meat sacks, because they're leading you down the wrong route, in not only in this game and in this community, but in life in general. Because I remember back in the day, and I'll say this, that folks need to start maturing, start growing up, start acting like a halfway mature adult. I say halfway because you can't always be serious all the time. A little fun with your maturity is not bad. But life doesn't revolve around getting your own way. And if you don't get your own way, you do everybody else dirty until you do get your way. You're asking, and to be honest with you, you're asking for an ass whooping. I had someone try to pull that with me a while back. And I said to him what was what, and he didn't like it. Well, how about if I come to your house? I'm like, how would you like to be arrested and be put in a federal hooscow? What do you mean by that? I won't go to jail. Now, mind you, I was in the military at the time. The moment you lay a hand on me, the moment you're on the federalities, your ass is mine list. You don't touch a military personnel and think you're gonna walk away with it. And a bunch of people going, oh, yeah, I forgot that you're in the military. Oh, son, you lay a hand on him, you're good. You even hurt him. And never mind that, you show up at his house, you're going to be in a world of trouble. You're serving 5 years immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Straight time, no parole. You're fucking with Uncle Sam shit now. I'm above that. No, you're. Oh, he's like. Somebody else is like, oh no, you're not. Oh no, you're not. You answer to somebody. They showed up at my house. The asshole literally had the balls to show up to my house. Fortunately for me that day, my ex-wife, my wife at the time was, yes, I was married. I'll say that. My wife was at the time was out of the house. The moment he showed up and said my screen name, I grabbed him by his neck and I said, "Fuck off my property, or I will kill you right here and now." And the cops will know what happened to you. You're an unwelcome person on my property. Get the fuck off. Then I contacted the police. I said, "Hello, officer. Yes, I got a guy here who threatened me over online and then decided to make a visit to my house. He's at my house right now, and he's brandishing a weapon of sorts. I can't tell what he has, and I don't wish to find out." "Yes, sir. Please come right away." 2 minutes later, 3 cop cars show up. He puts his hands on his head, and lo and behold, he had a 9mm in his back of his waistband. An unregistered 9mm in the back of his waistband. I contacted my chain of command, told him what happened. The feds got involved. He's sitting in jail right now. Oh, and he's in jail too for a warrant for his arrest in California. He thought he was Mr. Tough Guy. No. At that time, military personnel are protected. You do anything against them, you serve time. No parole, no nothing. And that's hard time. No parole. You serve the full amount, you don't get off for good behavior. And he had an unregistered and illegal weapon because he's not supposed to have them because he's got a criminal background. Oops. Poor time. And he thought he was Mr. Tough Guy with me. And I sat back and I was like, I don't got time to play your child's bullshit. You want to act like Mr. Tough Guy? Fine. Be my guest. Show up. Do whatever. Don't come to my house, though. I'm warning you. Don't come. You'll find yourself in a very bad situation. And he thought I was joking around playing games with him. But I showed up with my in my uniform because I had to deal with I had to go down to the base after all that. I had to go down to the base. It required me to show up in uniform for something they wanted me to do for them. And yeah, homeboy showed up at my house. That was the first one. The second time I had nut jobs in this community decided they wanted to come after me here, where I am now. That time he got lucky because he flashed a weapon and he walked and he ran off, and the fat ass actually ran like a little bitch. They caught him. They caught his ass. He's sitting in jail right now. They did it at the behest of another person. That contacted him and said, "Hey, I need you to go intimidate somebody." See, these idiots think they can. These idiots think I'm afraid of them. I'm not. I'm not afraid of them at all. And they know it too. But these online idiots think they can't be touched, they can't be caught, and they're above the law. Let me just take a dose of reality into you dumb fucks. What happens when you do fuck with somebody who A, doesn't give a fuck, B, doesn't give a shit what happens to you, and C, knows the law enough to where he can do things to you if you decide to ever show up at my house, my residence, and legally make you feel a world of pain. I don't scare. Well, let's just say that. And the people who live to copyright strike people think that's gonna scare folks. That won't scare me. You don't. I don't fear these little shits. Because I know one thing that will keep these little shitheads quiet. Take them to court. Show all the proof. Show all the proof and facts that you have, and watch the judge say, "Okay, you've been doing this to him for a while. You're done." And let's see how much they squirm when they start to realize that all their assets are frozen. Their financial assets are frozen. All their possessions have liens put on them, so they can't get rid of them, destroy them, or anything else. And the moment they do, well, well, you just violated court order. You're going. I will. I push the letter of law. Your feelings and your behavior don't trump the law. The letter of the law is the letter of the law. I don't deal with woke bullshit. I don't deal with these guys that think they're smarter than others. Because there's always someone there that will put them in their place. And they think they can hide behind a screen and think they're tough guys. Look how tough they can get when they finally when somebody points them out in public. Oh yeah, guess who this guy is? They don't like that at all. They won't like that at all. You know why? Because they're scared. They're afraid. To be honest with you, self-policing is not working. This community can't police itself. So, I'm not gonna lie. I did some stupid shit in my past. But I also paid for it. I paid for it a lot. But I'm happy. Because you know what? There's a point to where folks, you got folks like me who just don't give a shit. And don't care about what someone in the community says because they're nothing but garbage individuals. Wow, what a way to start out a dungeon. How to burn that living dead. Didn't want to, but I had to. Right on a yeah, so these kids don't scare me at all. Their intellect can only go so far. 9 times out of 10, they're just nothing more than bullies anyway. So I don't. Ooh, 2 cones out of that. Ooh. That's not bad for the time I played. I had even a higher one with my first character before I had to leave the game. Not leave the game, but for the safety and well-being of my family, I had to stop playing because of these idiots. So, when these idiots decide they want to come after my family, that's when I had to stop playing. This time, my family understands what's going on fully, and they even agree with me. They come to the house, all bets are off. They're going to the hot. My entire family is like, they come to the house. Don't worry, we got your back. We know what's going on, and they're going to the hospital when we're done with them. What condition they're going to go in the hospital will be left up to them. So my family knows what's going on and what's happening within the 14 community, because they honestly they see what's going on. They observe what's going on in the 14 community. My niece and my nephew enjoy what I do, but they keep an eye on what's going on because they know that I can't see everything that goes on. So it's always good to have an extra pair of eyes and ears, and they're on those platforms as well. Now my nephew, former MMA fighter, registered weapon. He doesn't need a firearm to hurt anybody. He knows quite a few disciplines. Muay Thai, a few others, Jiu-Jitsu. He was ready to go to the Pan Am Games when he got a really bad concussion. Had to put his Pan Am game attempt on hold. And my niece would have been going to would have gone to the junior Pan Am Games if it wasn't for her being overly pushed into doing it, and she didn't want it, and that wasn't her thing. So my niece said no more. Too much pressure. I just want to have fun. Doing what I like to do. And that made her a little bit happier now. So, with me being my training, I know how to turn somebody inside out with no problem. So I have a family that knows how to handle their business. If something were to happen to me, I can tell you right now. If it ain't Sister Goat, it's going to be, well, I'll call her Sister Goat because, obvious reasons. Mama and Papa Goat don't like anybody mess with their family. They're old, but they can still, my old man can still throw a good punch. I've seen him do it a few times. Also, my nephew, who honestly doesn't give a shit about a lot of things, found out I got hurt because some asshole. Well, then he's gonna take a little bit of umbrage for that. My nephew, enough that he won't deal with that lying down. We have difference of opinions. I don't like a lot of things I say. But he respects my opinion though. Told me I run into something that I can't handle, contact him. He'll come right down. I only call him if I really absolutely need help with something. I won't need that. So I don't like bragging about it. I'm saying this as a warning because I don't like, what happened the last time. There's not going to be a repeat. There's not going to be a repeat what happened the last time. And if somebody does, well, the outcome's going to be different this time. and I'll say it right to their, and I will get. I will torture. I literally have done some things that I think people want to go. Don't want to mess with them. Don't want to mess with them. I'm not crazy. Crazy like a fox. I'll put it to you that way. But I'm not crazy. I know what I can and can't do. So, yeah, I'm not a very pleasant person when you get on my bad side. With all the shit that has gone on with my time playing Final Fantasy 14 and dealing with the brain dead, drug-addled, and cult. I'll call them what they are. They're cultists. I'll have no remorse of putting them in their place, reminding them that you might be good at a game. You're not above reality. Your ego is gonna write a check your body can't handle one day. And you can hide behind the screen all you want and claim whoever you want to claim, but in the end, you can't play if you have broken hands. We'll leave it at that. Oh, I'm with the person that thought he was slick and trying to false flag claim my channel, which all except for like one or two have been shut down. We'll deal with that. I'll deal with the special stupids. They'll take them right to court. All I want to do is just play this game and enjoy it, and not have to deal with the bullshit drama that is generated by the fucktards in this community. 14 community needs to have a wake up call. It's gonna come to the point where it's gonna become another WoW, which fortunately it's starting to become one. The rest of the community needs to stand up and say something. And do something about it. Start getting these idiots who want to act and behave like they're above the law out of the community and out of the game, because we don't need people like that. It only causes more problems. And I'll say it how I feel. That's my opinion. If they can't act and behave like a halfway decent person to someone else, that's on the other side. That's playing this game. Why do you even play? And for the ones that like to dictate and control others too, you won't be doing this forever. No kingdom lasts forever. And your time in control will come to an end. Also notice, here's a little reminder too, Square Enix doesn't listen to just one group of players. They listen to everyone. Now, I'm easy for and I can go to just play any game. I can go and play any game I want, but I enjoy playing this because it's fun to play. And the people who I play or in my FC are enjoyable people to be around. But I would like to enjoy that with just about everyone that's not only on the server but on the data center, who isn't afraid to speak up and say what's what. I'm not afraid to say whatever I have to say to these idiots. And if they don't like what I have to say, too bad. Because in the end, they'll just get labeled as an outsider and an outlier and a bully. That's all they are, is bullies. And honestly, a lot of them are cowards too. So I'm not afraid of them. Never will be. Well, we can make it hard for you to do content this game. That can make it hard for you to use your hands properly at any point in your life too. So, how would you like to play? With your hands or with your feet for the rest of your life? Because I honestly don't care anymore at this point. I gotten threatened, I got harassed by the crazed cultists in this community. I'm not afraid to express my disdain for it either. My opinions is my opinions. You don't like it, well, guess what? Suck it, because you're gonna hear it every single time until you folks start realizing that I'm not going to run from you. I'll be in your face every single time I stream until you get the hint that I'm not the person to fuck with. But I don't care who you are either. Whether you're the bottom of the barrel scum-sucking piece of POS, or you're one of the high-end raiders or a content creator. I don't care who the fuck you are. You've driven people like you have made players like me to stand up and say enough is enough, the shit's gotta stop. And I'll say this once again. Welcome to WoW 2.0. I hope you guys enjoy this fucktard of a community, because honestly, I don't see anything coming better of it until people start standing up and telling these assholes to go fuck off somewhere, that they're not welcome. And if you're a snowflake or an SJW, go the fuck away. You're one of the prime reasons why this community is the way it is. You gotta act and behave like a total asshat and a jackass to everyone around you, because you're not getting your way, and you have to bully, intimidate, and scare people. You're no better. You're no better than the Savage Raiders. I don't fear people. That's the main thing between me and others. You might not consider me part of a community. I play the game just like everybody else. You might not like my opinion. I have a voice, and I have a right to voice my concerns and my opinions. If you don't like it, too bad. Don't listen. Because there's other people that will listen to what I have to say as an opinion. You might not like it. It might not be because it doesn't run your total line rhetoric. Toxic positivity in this community is impalpable. It's impalpable. Ugh. It just shows how sickening. Yes, we have to play nice, and that I will agree to. Play nice. Be respectful to one another. Be a human. At least be a human being towards somebody else. Not just be a human being towards the people who you deem as human, and everybody else as a piece of crap. Because in real life, you did what you do and say what you do to others. You get a fist in the mouth and a heartbeat, and you'll catch a pair of hands at a rate of E for everyone too. I'm not promoting violence, but I won't I won't tolerate being bullied and pushed around. You can play little word games, salad games with folks too, and little head games to convince them that you're not being the aggressor and the bully, when in reality you are. I don't have no worries about it when the day comes. Because remember, the day will come for this community. The day of reckoning will come for this community. The people who have gotten tired of it will stand up and will start saying what they have to say and doing the things they have to do to remove these people, remove these folks. Right now, there's a lot of people that are afraid to say anything because they don't want to deal with the drama and stress. You bank on that. You bank on that to intimidate others. It worked for you for a while. Not anymore. Not anymore. I don't scare, and nor will I be scared. And if you try to deny me access to content, well, guess what? There is such a thing as of getting banned too, because you're not above the law. And you seem to forget, once one of your service accounts gets banned, all of them get banned. So you get suspended on one account, you can't come back and play on another one. Oops. Oops. You seem to forget that, folks. The willful ignorance of what you have. I'll go with the willful ignorance because that's what the majority of you are. Willfully ignorant. And I'll also call this out. You're not a skilled player if you have to use third-party software to clear content. You're no one special. You'll never be anyone special. And cheating is only going to show how much of a dirtbag you are in this community. The folks that think they're good at raiding, no. You're good at raiding because you use third-party tools to accomplish what you want. Quality players like me who don't need that shit will outdo you anytime. Because it shows. Because once the top 100 players, the top teams have to go into the crystal conflict, and they have to play on a neutral computer that they have no access to prior to the start of the match. They will not be able. Their true skill will show. They won't be able to play the game properly. They'll get ham-fisted. And show them the door. That's a fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a fact. They can hide, they can lie, they can cheat their way to the top. Quote, the top. But in all reality, it's the ones that don't use any of that stuff that show quality gameplay that are going to rise to the top. And once you shitty people are removed, it'll go to show that there's actually honest players out there that are willing to do the hard content without any of the use of those add-ons in mind. And the sad part is, none of you dumb shits realize that there is a deep. You can go training at the Stone Sea and Sky and see if you're gonna make the DPS check. They have training dummies that will do that for you. I spend at least a good half hour doing my rotation, my main job, before I even start streaming a lot of times. A lot of times I'll log out because I got stuff I gotta do before I can start streaming. I take an hour, do nothing but my rotation for my main job, which is Dragoon. Full rotation. I do it every single time. Pop a food, start a pot or two, and then go to town. If I can do that, include the practice dummy, everyone else should not have a hard time. And that is where these folks are not smart enough or capable to realize that. Most of them are dumb as bricks, and I'll say that right now. I'll insult the savage rating community because they're full of shit. Most of them are full of shit. And if you tell me, oh, that's not third-party software, they're tools. Stop playing bullshit games with me and others. Stop being intellectually dishonest with others, because ACT and every other little thing you use is third-party software. And if you say Discord is third-party software, you're full of shit. That's a standalone program that people have API webhooks for. Those programs are the third-party software, not Discord. So your argument that Discord is third-party software is full of bullshit. And we'll just end it at that. Because I don't see anyone coming in here want to debate that because they know they'll lose. And that one person that said that, hold on, where was it? Let's see if it pops up here. That QED guy. No, let me just make this perfectly clear. Folks like me who don't give a rat's ass about a lot of things. I'll tell you, it's gonna come to a day where when the bullshit you guys like pulling is gonna come to an end, and there's gonna be no way that can save you. I would love it if the STF is building a profile on every single Savage Raider. Oh, if Square Enix purchased all the third-party software programs, or went and downloaded them all, and is creating an anti-cheat system, anti-cheat engine that will counteract all that. Because all these third-party programs have to connect somehow, some way to the game. And if they put a filter on the client-side software, that signifies when it's, no, my computer, you can't put anything on there. No, they can. They have their software on your computer, so that's not private. So we won't play these blanket statement bullshit games anymore. A lot of these intellectual little pieces of pseudo-intellectual players of the gaming community. Ah! Ah! Don't make me laugh. You're far from an intellectual. A lot of you only have one line. You try to use that one line gotcha moment, and if someone has something to say, you try to find one piece of a sentence and try to take it out of context. All you do is play little word games with people. You don't have the balls. You don't have anything to counteract anything of quantitative with that is being brought as facts with logic proving those facts. You come up with these word salad Jedi word games you like playing with people, thinking you're gonna catch them off guard with a one-liner gotcha. Only garbage tier people play that game with people, with others. So, I'll give you a little bit of warning. If you really want to debate with me, you need to have some sort of intelligence behind what you're doing and saying. Because if I can poke a hole through that logic, through your twisted, out of your brain logic, you're really gonna be really in a ouch. There we go. Funny too that he can get so bad they put they put an anti-cheat in that bans pretty much almost all the Savage players, and they're forced, and that forces to a conundrum. Then have they been lying to us all these years about content being cheated? They'll take it back. They'll go, okay, well then we'll do it like we did back in AAR. When difficulty level, that's it. You know, no Savage, no Ultimate. That's all you get. And take it back to where it should be. I would love to see that day happen. and I'll sit here and laugh. I don't care how old I am. The day I see that, I will laugh my balls off and tell you, all you motherfuckers on a forum, even if it gets me banned from it, that you dumb shits got what you deserve. Farther, you're gonna get fucked up. I told you. I knew that was gonna happen. Come on, White Mage. I know you can do more than that. I'm not fighting this thing here. I'm not fighting that thing with the rest of the stuff. I don't need mentaling, but Mata is, to be a pain in the ass. He's drinking tea. and all that. There we go. I got 2 comms out of that one. And folks, that's all the time we're going to have today. You heard my ranting. You heard me being pissy about it. And I'm going to keep on pushing it. I'm going to keep on pushing this until damn, even 50. I'll come back and keep on talking what I have to say about what's going on in this community. It needs to get fixed, and it needs to get fixed soon, or you're heading down the road of where idiots are going to be causing a lot more problems. And you folks are going to like that. Then that's when the hammer gets put down on folks. But if you want to make this a better community for everyone, not. If you want to make this community better for everyone and not just the idiots in this community who think they can intimidate, threaten, and harass others, I'm looking at you, Savage Raiding community, because all this shit and trouble comes from your group of players. No one else. We'll probably have a better, the community will probably get better. And you'll see the actual good players start to show up a lot more without actually having to use add-ons, third party programs, aka cheats. That's all it is. That's why they're good. That's why they claim they're good players, but in reality they got